I have a confession to make. I have never been a big gnome fan. I mean, they're cute, but that's it. They never really did anything for me, but that's okay. One day I got a request from a subscriber at JodyRenee-VC2RR to make a spring-themed gnome, or what I'm calling a springtime gnome. And at first I was polite and I was like, yeah, I'm totally gonna put it on the list because I get requests a lot to make things. But then I thought, have I really given gnomes a chance? The answer is no, actually. You know, they're popular for a reason, so I decided to find out for myself. I started my shallow end deep dive on the history of gnomes, and I quickly found myself in places like the Farmer's Almanac and D&D forums or Dungeons and Dragons forums. I started to deeply appreciate how they represent things like good luck and mystical nature, and that they have mischief about them as well. They're naughty little things. I actually love this quote from an article that I found. It says, while there is a lot of gnome history that remains a quirky mystery, perhaps that is really why we love gnomes so much. They can be the friends and helpers we want, the naughty influences that make us smile, and the jokesters and pranksters that add even more color to all our days. With all that in mind, let's add a little magic and mischief into our lives and make ourselves a cute little gnome. For the materials to making your very own springtime gnome, you're going to need a thicker 3-weight or lighter 4-weight yarn in the colors light teal, brown, yellow, and pinkish purple or just pink. A 3.25mm crochet hook, some scissors, an embroidery or a tapestry needle, polyester filling, and a stitch marker. Now let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so we're going to start off by making the base of the body. Grab your brown yarn and let's begin. Let's make a magic circle, which is chain 2, and do 6 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. Do a slip stitch into the first stitch, followed by a chain 1. Make sure round number 1 has 6 stitches all the way around. Round number 2, we're going to do an increasing single crochet into the first stitch, followed by 5 more increasing single crochets. Make sure that you have 12 stitches all the way around, and then do a slip stitch into the first stitch, followed by a chain 1. Round number 3, we're going to do a single crochet into the first stitch, followed by an increasing single crochet. Make sure you repeat the sequence of single crochet followed by an increasing single crochet 5 more times all the way around. And when you get to the end of the round, make sure that you do a slip stitch into the first stitch, followed by a chain 1. Make sure that round number 3 has a total of 18 stitches all the way around. Round number 4, we're going to do a single crochet into the first stitch, followed by an increasing single crochet. Then repeat the sequence of 2 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. Make sure to repeat that 4 more times all the way around until you have 1 stitch left where you will do 1 single crochet. Then you will do a slip stitch into the first stitch, followed by a chain 1. Make sure round number 4 has a total of 24 stitches all the way around. Round number 5, we're going to do a single crochet into the first stitch, followed by 2 more single crochets, then an increasing single crochet. Make sure to repeat the sequence of 3 single crochets followed by an increasing single crochet 5 more times all the way around, then do a slip stitch into the first stitch followed by a chain 1. Make sure round number 5 has a total of 30 stitches all the way around. Round number 6, we're going to do a single crochet into the first stitch, a second single crochet, and then an increasing single crochet. Make sure to repeat the sequence of 4 single crochets followed by an increasing single crochet, and we're going to repeat that 4 more times all the way around till you have 2 stitches left, where you will do 2 single crochets, a slip stitch into the first stitch followed by chain 1. Make sure round number 6 has a total of 36 stitches all the way around. For round number 7, we're going to work in the back loops only, and instead of yarning under like we've been doing, we're going to yarn over and do a single crochet in each stitch all the way around for a total of 36 stitches. And we're still going to do a slip stitch into the first stitch followed by a chain 1, and we're going to do it through both loops this time. From rounds 8 to 16, we're going to do split single crochets in each stitch. And what a split single crochet is instead of going through both loops like we normally do, you see these V's, we go in between these V's and we pop up in between these upside down V's, yarn over and pull through, and we complete our single crochet. And then to do that again, we go through these V's under here and pop out behind this little V here, yarn over and pull through and complete your single crochet. And do that all the way around till round number 16. Make sure to do a slip stitch at the end of each round and chain 1. One piece of advice when making these split single crochets is to keep your tension a little bit looser than you normally would for amigurumi so that you can get in between each of these V's. So I accidentally added another row, but that's fine. You can make your gnome as big or as small as you want. Round number 18, put a single crochet into the first stitch or a split single crochet, followed by 6 more split single crochets, followed by a decreasing split single crochet, so repeat the sequence of 7 split single crochets followed by a decreasing split single crochet 3 more times all the way around. Then do a slip stitch into the first stitch followed by chain 1. Make sure you do 32 stitches all the way around. From rounds 19 to 21, we're going to do split single crochets in each stitch all the way around for a total of 32 stitches. And then make sure to do a slip stitch into the first stitch followed by a chain 1. So we just finished our body, both the base and, well, the body of the body. The next part is going to be the hat, so go ahead and grab your light teal yarn and let's go ahead and make our hat. Alright, go ahead, grab your light teal yarn and we're going to start making our hat. Round number 1, we're going to do chain 2 and do a magic circle, which is 6 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. And this time we're going to do yarn under. When making the hat, we're actually going to do continuous rounds, so make sure you put a stitch marker in the last stitch of each round. From rounds 2 to 4, we're going to do single crochets in each stitch all the way around for a total of 6 stitches. Round number 5, we're going to do 2 single crochets, two increasing single crochets, and then 2 more single crochets. Make sure that you have 8 stitches all the way around. Round number 6, do 2 single crochets, followed by 4 increasing single crochets, followed by 2 more single crochets. Make sure that round number 6 has a total of 12 stitches all the way around. Round number 7, we're going to do single crochets in each stitch all the way around for a total of 12 stitches. Round number 8, repeat the sequence of 2 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. We're going to repeat that 3 more times all the way around for a total of 16 stitches. Round number 9, we're going to do single crochets in each stitch all the way around for a total of 16 stitches. Repeat the sequence of 3 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet for a total of 4 times all the way around for a total of 20 stitches. Round number 11, do 2 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. Then repeat the sequence of 4 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. Make sure to repeat this 2 more times all the way around until you have 2 more stitches left, where you will do 2 single crochets. Make sure you do a total of 24 stitches all the way around. Round number 12, we're going to do single crochets in each stitch all the way around for a total of 24 stitches. Round number 13, repeat the sequence of 5 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. We're going to repeat that 3 more times all the way around for a total of 28 stitches. Round number 14, we're going to do single crochets all the way around for a total of 28 stitches. Round number 15, we're going to do 3 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. Then repeat the sequence of 6 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. We're going to repeat that 3 times all the way around until you have 3 stitches where you will do 3 single crochets. Make sure you have a total of 32 stitches all the way around. Round number 16, we're going to do single crochets in each stitch all the way around for a total of 32 stitches. Round number 17, we're going to do 7 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. Repeat the sequence of 7 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet 3 more times all the way around for a total of 36 stitches. Round 18, we're going to do 4 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. Then we're going to repeat the sequence of 8 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. And we're going to repeat that 3 more times all the way around until we have 4 stitches left, where we will do 4 single crochets. Make sure that you do 40 stitches all the way around. Round number 19, we're going to repeat the sequence of 9 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet. We're going to repeat that 3 more times all the way around for a total of 44 stitches. Round number 20, we're going to do 5 single crochets, an increasing single crochet, and then we're going to repeat the sequence of 10 single crochets, followed by an increasing single crochet 3 times all the way around until you have 5 stitches left, where you will do 5 single crochets. Make sure you have 48 stitches all the way around. Now we're going to do single crochets in only half of the stitches and finish with a long tail for sewing. So let's go ahead and do 24 single crochets. Then go ahead and do a slip stitch. We're going to cut a long tail for sewing about 12 to 18 inches and pull your yarn through the slip stitch. So we just finished the hat. How adorable, right? And I love the variegated yarn. It's so, so pretty. And so this is what our gnome looks like so far. I think my favorite yarn, really, especially for amigurumi, is Hobie's Friends 88 Cotton. The stitch definition is divine. Absolutely divine. This is just so cool. Doing 2 different stitches, it's going to give your gnome a little bit more texture, or a little bit, you know, something a little different, something interesting, but you didn't really do anything extra, right? It's just so cool. It's just so cool. I love it. I love it. All right. So next we're going to do the nose. So grab your skin colored yarn and go ahead and make your your gnome's nose. Alright, now we're going to start making the nose. Grab your skin colored yarn, or in this case I'm using the beige yarn, and we're going to make a magic circle, which again is chain 2, and we're going to do 6 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. At the end of your round, put a stitch marker in the last stitch. Make sure round number 1 has a total of 6 stitches all the way around. Round number 2, we're going to repeat the sequence of increasing single crochet, followed by a single crochet. Make sure to repeat that 2 more times all the way around for a total of 9 stitches. Round number 3, we're going to do 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around for a total of 9 stitches. Now cut a semi-long tail for sewing, about 8 inches. So now we're going to sew on the nose. Place your hat on the body, and you should be putting the top of your nose wherever your hat lines up. It's between rounds 18 and 19, so go ahead and start sewing. And also, I'm putting the seam on the side because one of the arms is actually going to go over this seam. Alright, now that we've done the nose, we're going to move on to the arms. So let's go ahead and make our gnome arms. For your arms, you're going to want your skin colored yarn as well as the same yarn that you used for the body. So go ahead and grab your skin colored yarn first, and guess what we're going to do? We're going to make a magic circle, which again is chain 2. And do 6 single crochets into the second chain from the hook. At the end of your round, you're going to do a slip stitch and then chain 1. Make sure round number 1 has a total of 6 stitches all the way around. Round number 2, we're going to repeat the sequence of single crochet. So single crochet into the first stitch, followed by an increasing single crochet. Make sure to repeat this 2 more times all the way around, and then do a slip stitch into the first stitch followed by chain 1. Make sure round number 2 has a total of 9 stitches all the way around. Round number 3, we're going to repeat the sequence of 1 single crochet followed by a decreasing single crochet. Make sure to repeat this 2 more times all the way around, followed by a slip stitch into the first stitch, then chain 1. Make sure round number 3 has a total of 6 stitches all the way around. And actually, when you're done with the 3rd round, go ahead and cut a short tail, because we're going to be done with the beige yarn or with the skin colored yarn. Just go ahead and tie it off and weave in your ends. Now for round number 4, we're going to work in the front loops only, and make sure that you're doing it in the actual stitches and not the chain 1, because we're going to skip the chain 1. Grab your brown yarn and pull it through the front loop of your first stitch, chain 1, and that chain 1 will act as your first single crochet. Then we're going to go and do an increasing single crochet into the next front loop. And then repeat the sequence of single crochet followed by an increasing single crochet 2 more times all the way around, then do a slip stitch into this chain 1 here. Make sure that you have a total of 9 stitches all the way around. And again, this chain 1, it does count as your first stitch. Round number 5, we're going to work in the back loops only now. We're going to do a single crochet into the first stitch, and we're going to do 8 more single crochets. At the end of the round, make sure to do a slip stitch through both loops and then do a chain 1. Make sure round number 5 has a total of 9 stitches all the way around. From rounds 6 to 7, we're going to go back to crocheting through both loops, and we're going to do single crochets in each stitch all the way around for a total of 9 stitches. And don't forget to put a slip stitch into the first stitch and then chain 1. Go ahead and lightly stuff your arm. Now we're going to go ahead and close up the arm, fold your arm in half, and we're going to crochet through both sides of the arm. So go ahead and do 1 single crochet. The next stitch will be a decreasing single crochet, and then 1 single crochet. Go ahead and cut an 8-inch tail for sewing. Go ahead and make your second arm. Now when sewing your arm to the body, again, I want to make sure that one of the arms covers our seam, so then it looks very nice and neat. And we're going to have each arm be 6 stitches from the nose, so we can make sure that the arms are centered with our face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go ahead and tie off your ends. Alright, so we just sewed on the arms. Look at how cute they are. You need white yarn for the beard. So let's go ahead and make our beard. You need to cut about 20 strands of yarn that are about 4 to 5 inches long, and then I'll show you how to attach each strand. So I have a strand here that's about 4 to 5 inches long, and then I'm going to fold the yarn over to be that length several times. let's set these aside for now. We're gonna go all the way around this nose and we're gonna surround it with all the strands of white yarn for the beard. So here we're gonna do like in between rounds 19 and 20. Pull them evenly and then just double knot it. We're going to do that a bunch more times. Before we cut any more yarn, let us see what this looks like as we brush it down. If you want, you can even take a hairbrush. I honestly think that this is thick enough. And then now we can go ahead and trim our beard. And then let's see what it looks like with our hat on. Okay, that's really cute. So it looks like I have a lot more yarn over here on the left side than on the right side, so I might have to put like maybe 1 or 2 more strands on the right side. So this is what the original one looks like with the beard. I really went overboard with the beard. Someone put some Rogaine on his face. I don't know. Oh my god. Anyway, it's super thick. Like, woo! It's super thick. Next up, we're going to make the flowers that go on his hat. You can actually make as many flowers as you would like. I just happened to put 2 here, and I even was considering putting 1 on top of the hat too. But man, you can cover this hat with flowers if you like. I even considered putting magnetic snaps on the hat and then putting the other half of the magnetic snap on the flowers, and then you could change up where the flowers go. It was just an idea that I thought of, but I think for now I'm just gonna sew on the flowers. So let's go ahead and make the flowers. We're gonna make a 6-petaled flower, and you can do this with any color yarn that you want. I'm just gonna pick the yellow one for now. So we're gonna do a magic circle, which again is chain 2, and then we're going to do 6 single crochets into the 2nd chain from the hook. At the end of round 1, you're going to do a slip stitch and then chain 3. Round number 2, we're actually going to work in the front loops only, and we're going to do all the following in this first stitch here. And do half double crochet, a single crochet, and then do a slip stitch. Do a slip stitch in the next stitch, and then we're going to do chain 3, half double crochet, single crochet, and then a slip stitch. And keep doing this all the way around. Finish off with a long tail for sewing. Go ahead and tie off your ends on the back of the flower. Now we're going to make a 5-petaled flower, and again you can use any color that you want. You can even use the same color that you just used for your 6-petaled flower. And we're going to make a magic ring, which is chain 2, and this time I'm going to do 5 single crochets in the second chain from the hook. At the end of your round, go ahead and do a slip stitch into the first stitch. Make sure round number 1 has 5 stitches all the way around. Round 2, we're going to do chain 2, and we're going to work again in the front loops only, and we're going to do 2 single crochets and slip stitch into the same stitch. And we're going to repeat this 4 more times all the way around. And again, cut a long tail for sewing. We're going to add a couple of leaves, and we're going to work that in the back loops only. So go ahead and grab your teal yarn, pull that through. We're going to do chain 3, half double crochet, and we're all doing all this in the same stitch, by the way, so make sure to do that. So after the half double crochet, single crochet, and then slip stitch. We're going to do that again in the next stitch, and then you can fasten off with a semi-long tail for sewing. And now you have these cute little leaves that come out behind the petals. Tie off your ends. Right, put your hat on your gnome and determine where you want the flower to be. I just really like it going over the right eye. It just, I don't know, it just clicks for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here. I'm not gonna tie off anything yet. We could put flower number 2 right here. If you really like the placement of your flowers on your gnome, go ahead and tie off everything on the inside of your hat. Alright, so this is what our cute little gnomes look like. Yay! So I'm sure you're wondering, okay, you're acting like it's done, but we haven't done one very important thing. Stuffing your gnome, right? Now you can go ahead and stuff your gnome and then sew on the hat. I would go ahead and suggest doing it with the same yarn that you use the hat with, but I'm actually going to do something a little bit different. Let me show you. It's gonna be a cute little placeholder for Easter candy. Isn't that cute? Now it can only hold these 3 little ones, but I just thought it was a really cute idea. But again, that's your prerogative. It's gonna be your gnome and you can put whatever you want inside of your gnome. I think I'll still go ahead and sew the back of the hat on just so that I don't lose the hat in the future, but I'm just gonna leave it as a lid so I can open it and put more candy inside. Comment down below if you use the same yarn or even what other yarns that you chose to use. If you want to make a bigger gnome with chenille yarn or the blanket yarn, that's number 6 jumbo weight yarn, you can actually use a 6mm or a J crochet hook. Thank you so much for joining me today while crocheting our very own springtime gnomes. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you loved my yarny shenanigans while crocheting the springtime gnome, go ahead and click subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. And until next time, stay safe, happy, and healthy, and have a wonderful day. Bye! I'm just gonna go ahead and have one right now. I love chocolate peanut butter, especially I love peanut butter in general, like die-hard peanut butter fan. I go back and forth with Reese's. Sometimes I love it, sometimes I hate it. I think the regular Reese's for some reason is just too sugary for me. well, in general, but also taste-wise. It's not really my favorite. But with the smaller ones, sometimes the ratios are different. So you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and try these for the first time with you guys. So we'll see. Okay, that's really good. So I guess today I really like these tiny little ones. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good.